Hell yeah.
Hey boys.
Hey man.
Hey boys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. It's a fucking weekend finally.
Mm-hmm.
Long
weekend,
week.
dude.
How was your week?
Oh, it was so good. Actually, last weekend I went on like a hike.
Where?
I felt sexuous as fights.
Oh, that's the only place we can go hike here.
Yeah.
Everyone
Where
goes
should I
hiking
hike
there.
here? Like, go there.
It's
That's
so beautiful. You're walking around those
True.
quaint, beautiful villages, and then you just see AFD flags everywhere.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
And you're
that's
like,
beautiful.
you can't have it both ways, I suppose. You look around these beautiful villages with all these old German, you're thinking,
It's
which
blue
way did you
everywhere.
vote? Yeah, just like, this is so beautiful, but god damn, you do not want anyone else here.
Fuck. But how long did you hike?
Like for about 10 hours.
10 hours. Have you met any Germans that are on the way?
Yeah, they don't want to chat. They don't want to be. They don't want to hang out.
That sounds weird. They're usually so friendly and kind. And like, let me chat.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What do you think about foreigners? Just like middle of nowhere in a mountain. What do you think about foreigners, actually?
Do you speak German? He's a real foreigner.
Yeah. Welcome to Germany.
Yeah.
I spoke a bit. I used to have a German girlfriend, so I learned a bit.
Mhm.
I used to say "die Welt," which
The world.
meant the world to her.
Huh.
Whoa.
That was a joke. Boom. That's not really the
Boom, boom,
reaction
boom,
that
boom.
joke gets. A groan. Fuck's sake.
I was like, well, where is he going with this? The Welt? I'm like, oh, that means the world. You're
Well, I feel like you're
Killer.
sitting very far from us. Want
I
to
know.
come
Get
closer?
yourself in there,
I'm
Aladdin.
just gonna... You
I
were
don't
sitting kind of also far. I think like last time we had two people, so it was like...
It's a wide sofa, so you actually have to
Yeah.
be kind of laid down the whole time like this.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
the comfy cushion
Yeah,
too.
but I like wide sofa. I like when you can just put your...
Definitely.
Definitely, right?
Yeah. He has sex on the sofa, so don't be...
Why should I
weirded out.
not do that? You said it like in a way like I should.
Judgmental,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's good. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So we got Theo.
Theo tonight.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, Theo. Theo Mason Wood.
That's so true.
That's so
true.
Which
That's my
one
name.
is like? Is it like a long? Like your dad is Mason?
My mum is Mason, my dad's Word.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No,
it's
really?
fine. Yeah, my parents are this thing that they call feminists. Right?
Okay.
They believe
very progressive.
men and women are equal, so I should have both names.
I mean, like the
Pretty
woman name
cool.
could. It's. I don't. Okay. I'm. First of all, I'm ignorant.
Oh, I
So-
thought you were going to say a feminist. I'm actually ignorant.
I'm actually ignorant. So I always thought Mason is a male name, but
We don't have like gendered last names.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like whatever the last name is.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
last name have no genders, dude.
No, I
you
thought like
talking
the first
about?
name. The first name
Ah,
is the first
okay.
name Mason.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes, that makes
sorry.
sense.
Yeah.
No, Dave,
No,
don't
no.
be sorry.
No,
It's
I'm
all
sorry.
good. Yeah, Mason, Wood, two names.
Yeah, Mason Wood.
Theo Mason. All right. Yeah, I can see. Okay, I can see your point now. Okay, I can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Because
what I
there's some
mean, yeah.
people with Mason in the first name.
And you think Wood is a woman's name? Hello, Wood.
I'm from a different culture. I don't know.
Now you call before you say you were ignorant. Now you're like, I'm of a different culture.
I always, I always use the culture card. You know, I'm like different culture. I don't. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Nice to have you. Thank you for coming.
Hey, it's
man.
nice to be here, boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to be sandwiched between you.
Yeah.
Hell
dude.
yeah. It's not weird at all. Like it's
We
just-
are like bean and toast. You're the beans. I don't know.
Yeah, but
That was.
wait. There's butter, right? You put butter on the
Yeah.
toast.
You put butter, right?
Yeah. So I'm the butter. You're the beans
Butter.
and you're the toast. Butter.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
The two T's. The two T's are gone. Butter.
Butter. We don't use T's.
You don't
in
use
England.
T's?
No. We're quick to the draw.
Wait, is it
Little.
the T and the R, or is it the T and the?
It's a thing called, and this is going to be funny. It's called a glottal stop.
Glottal stop.
Glottal stop.
All right.
And a glottal stop has a glottal stop in it. You miss out the T's. Glottal.
What
Water.
does glottal mean?
That's such a good question, man. And you know what? I'm ignorant.
I'm from a different culture.
I'm from a different culture, unfortunately.
Glottal stop.
Uh,
Glottal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean the accent is really like you feel like this is authentic English, right? Like also that's what you say.
You're the
probably.
first English person we had in the podcast. So
Actually, yeah.
yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are feminists. I don't know. I'm mixing stuff
I'm
now.
the first feminist you've had on the podcast too.
The first feminist we had on the podcast. Literally. That's cool. Yeah, but you grew up in England.
I did. Yeah, I grew up in England. I grew up in the north of England in a place called York.
Okay.
York is, it's like a little beautiful Viking town, but it's been completely taken over by Harry Potter tourism.
Oh.
Now, there's nothing to do with Harry Potter. None of Harry Potter is set in York. J.K. Rowling didn't go to York. But York has decided we're going to be Harry Potter town. And now you go down like the high street in York and it's potion shops, wand shops. There's a place where you can buy ghosts.
What the fuck?
You're wondering how you buy a ghost. It's a jar. It's a jar. It's a jar. And it has a label on which just says something about the ghost, which apparently is in the jar.
What the fuck?
This is what York
You
is like.
pay money for
So
that.
you buy it, and then do you know how it feels when you're trying to buy fucking batteries or something, or
It's such a weird parallel universe.
and you're just walking down a street and it's just like potion shops and wand shops. You're just like, I
feel like a muggle.
exactly. I'm a fucking only muggle in York.
I just want to buy tomatoes, dude.
Exactly. And they're like, how about this mulberry wine infused wands?
But why do you think
Oh
that?
my
Why do
God.
you think it developed like this? Like
Because it's all we've got now. We used to be the head of a giant
So
empire, and now
yeah.
all we've got is Harry Potter.
Yeah, England used to be a
and Lord of
great-
the Rings also. Come on.
Sorry?
Lord of what?
Lord of the Rings, yeah, so true. But New Zealand kind of capitalized on that.
Yeah, shit.
If you go to England, it doesn't look so much like.
It
Lord
was
of
a
the
shot in
Rings.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Mm. Also,
Um,
Game of Thrones was partially maybe, or that was Croatia.
Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland and Croatia.
Yeah. Fucking cool. Imagine
Yeah.
like the police in your city is just like Expelliarmus. The burglars and the fucking criminals. Like someone did Avacadabra. What is the thing with the death thing? Avacadabra?
Yeah.
That's the one. Don't go throwing that one around.
Yeah, I haven't watched Harry Potter in ages.
But
Yeah, I think it's just it just not got much going for it. So it's just like, well, maybe we can turn ourselves into kind of Harry Potter world.
Yeah, you are living in a Harry Potter
What a world.
in York.
Yeah, which is kind of
But do you like Harry Potter?
That's
it's my culture, you know. What can I say? Yeah, I think so.
What do you-
I just think it's gone a bit too far.
with J.K. Rowling
No.
being
Yeah, but she's not really.
There's that. Yeah, of course there's that. But I kind of just mean in the general sense of when I'm getting up and, you know, walking around my hometown of
Yeah.
York and I see the whole thing is full of witches and stuff, I think this isn't good for me.
Yeah, this is too much. This is okay.
better than immigrants, right? Now,
Get the witches out.
get the witches out. Give me immigrants. I fucking love immigrants.
Actually, to be
now.
fair,
Like-
that's one thing we don't have in York. We don't have immigrants. I think that makes sense. It's a very white city, which is why something like fucking potion shops and wand shops, you don't have that in
No?
no.
It'd be funny if an Arab guy is selling you like potions. It's like, would you like this?
I'm stealing your
Kurkuma
jobs
potion.
now. That's
Funny.
hilarious. Oh my
Oh, that's
god.
nice. Yeah, but you
So-
go home a lot. Sorry. You go home a lot.
I do. I do try to go back. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys have this thing because I live here in Berlin. Like, I feel like I live on holiday. So for holiday, I have to go home. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Mm.
So summer's just like going back and hanging out in Harry Potter world with my parents instead of going to like sandy beaches and stuff.
Mm.
I mean, you're from Italy and you're from Syria.
Yeah.
You got sandy beaches?
Yeah, we got
yeah.
some beaches, yeah.
Yeah, but do you wait? Do you mean like holidays are when you're here, or when you're there?
I live here, which is on holiday. I live on holiday.
Yeah, you're saying you live on holiday. Does that
But-
mean that you don't work here?
No, I do work here. Just not that. So I live and work, but you know, away from home. Like I don't know.
This
like,
is your fantasy.
this is my
world at the
fantasy
end.
world. I'm on holiday. You know, I
You're
go
living
fly
it right
from my
now.
hometown of York. I fly to Berlin. Wow, I'm on holiday. It's just my holiday happens to be kind of like 11 months
Yeah.
long, and I have to have a job just to stay on holiday. But then so then I can't go from holiday to another holiday. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you.
Okay.
You're just holiday hopping.
Yeah, pretty much.
How long have you been living here? Like
5 years.
That's a long holiday.
Yeah.
That's a long one.
When you
a
play
long
your
one.
cards right, follow me, guys. You can get on a holiday for 5 years.
5 years holiday.
I was actually, to be honest, the way I
chill.
moved here was I tried. It was to go on holiday. I came here on holiday. My brother was living here, and I came here to visit him for like a month. That was the idea. And I brought a backpack over. He was like, you can just come and stay in my spare room for free for a month. I wasn't doing anything in the UK at the time. I was like, cool. I'd quit my job. I came over here for a holiday, and COVID hit while I was here.
Perfect time.
And I got locked down on holiday
Shit.
in this room for 2 years. And I had literally just
so
like a little
funny.
backpack with just like a pair of shorts and a t-shirt in. I was just like, fuck. Now I live here.
Oh
Whoa,
shit, dude.
damn.
Yeah.
That's such a good story. Like you.
Yeah. How I emigrated to Germany.
How did you guys
Holiday.
get here? On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Kind of like the same as you.
Kind of
but
forced in your situation. It was like
I had a big bag, like with me. I had a big like
Mhm.
luggage, but yeah. But I think you too, right?
yeah. I moved here because my
fully.
sister was living here for a while, and I came here many times to visit her. And I was like, after I moved here after COVID, so I was like a bit depressed. You know, I was like, I need like a goal in my life. So I took my degree and then
Shoved it
Ripped it up.
yeah, and then I was like, I don't need this.
I'm not going to be needing this.
Put a burrito in it and just ate it.
Roll a joint with it, and then I moved here, and yeah, I was like, I moved here without a job, so I was like, let me see if I can make it,
Hmm?
and
You
now
made
I'm
it.
fucking rich, dude.
No, we're making it, baby. Check out
Making
this.
a podcast in your
Yeah,
room.
now I do my.
Oh, shit, sorry.
This is a dream come true.
No worries, no
Dude,
worries.
don't
It goes with
ruin
the
our
others.
set.
No, okay, I'm really sorry about
That's
that.
all right,
That
no
was
worries.
rude.
It's not that clean the floor, so no worries about it.
Our set is not clean that much. Yeah.
Well, what?
No, it's all right. I don't judge.
What about
Yeah.
you? What's your Berlin origin story?
My Berlin origin story. I escaped Syria. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so kind of like a holiday.
Yeah.
Kind of like a holiday. I needed a holiday from war.
A forced holiday, yeah.
Forced
Yeah.
holiday. Best time ever, man. When I came to Germany, I was like, hell yeah, fucking Europe. That's nice. So I never been to Europe before, so that was like the first city I.
Never been before.
For Berlin, I've never been to Europe.
But did you travel when you were like a kid or a
No,
teenager?
no, never. I went like the furthest I got was Turkey. That's Europe.
Mm.
Went to the European side of Istanbul, so does that count? I don't know. Does that?
Baguette.
No, they had,
Brek.
no, they had baguette in Syria, right? You had.
They had baguette, yeah. That's the
because
joke I
it was a
say,
French.
'cause, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
the joke is like when I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, and we didn't have internet. It was like a DS, like you know the what is it called? It's like you know when you put your phone, you have.
yeah, like
How old are you?
me, I'm 16
Dude, go on.
and a half. I'm 30 years old.
So you know what I'm talking about? Dial-up.
A kind of
The
dial-up, yeah. When you have to turn off the landline to go on the internet.
Exactly. Yeah. So I had that when I was like maybe 14. But before that, I didn't have internet. So a lot of people would just make up shit. Like you never fact check it. How could you fact check it, right?
Like explaining memes to you.
yeah, exactly. How are memes working?
No
like,
way, a
back
cat
then?
playing the piano? I don't believe it.
Yeah. So there was like this thing going on. Is like French people are gay. It's all French people are just
This
in
is-
Syria. You don't have like gay people so like openly, so you don't never know who's gay and who's French and what is what. But you know we have like French food.
So wait, so then you got the internet and you typed in like gay,
French porn.
gay French, and then nothing came up.
No, a lot of came out. Like,
Oh, it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
It's true.
You
That
typed
checks
in
out.
Gay French porn? Yeah, sure. Huh.
No, it was
a lot of Syrians writing like on the internet, like, "Ah, French are gay, dude."
What will we do now that we have the internet? Finally, the great nation of Syria has access to the internet. What should we search for first? Are French people
And
really gay?
It's funny because like we were colonized by the French, so it's like a double mindfuck. Anyway, but
So is that how you
so
kind
what
of dealt
joke I
with the
wrote about-
colonization? You just
you
call
get
them
back
gay.
at them by calling them gay?
Man,
Oh
but-
yeah, you gay man.
But if you think about it, like
no.
it's fun because like when
really
in
fat.
Europe,
It's
when
really
Europe we
fat.
get
It's really
immigrants,
bad.
we always say like, "Oh, they're gonna steal our job." And from the other side, you just say, "Oh, they're gays." Dude. It's like
Yeah, it's very homophobic society. But it's like, yeah. So we have French food. So we have like baguette and croissants. But like you see people like buying them. It's like from my perspective as a kid who just found out that French are gay, I'm like, this is weird, right? It's like, why are we eating their food if they're gay? Anyway. But yeah, that's the joke.
I think that says a lot more about you than it does about the French. Why are we eating their food? It's gay.
so you grew up in a feminist family, right?
Yeah.
We had a very different upbringing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But see, we're still like we meet here. You know, it's like we all have one thing in common. It's just like,
and that's a
this
cool
space.
thing. If you
That's
think about
really
it, it's a
nice.
cool thing. Also, like, I mean, I think like our generation is one of the first generation where we both like watched maybe the same movies, the same
Yeah.
TV shows, and we all grew up in a different, completely environment. If you think about it, like
Yeah.
like I grew up in Italy, you grew up in Syria, you grew up in England, but we can still relate to something in
Yeah.
a way, you know. Like
It's-
our
it's-
parents,
yeah.
what could they say? No, nothing. Like there was nothing to
I
be
don't think
related,
so,
you
right?
know?
It's not so something tangible. It's just more like it's out there in the space that we can communicate. I learned a lot about the culture when I came here. That like French are just French people. And like no, I'm joking. I know that, but like
The
but
first,
just
the
like
first thing, like, oh, they can. All right.
all right. No, but like you. Oh, that reaction.
This is your girlfriend, Francois.
Is it your beard, right? Francois.
Yeah. Can't really be French.
Pierre? Are you sure?
I feel like I thought in my head that actually everyone like that maybe the whole of particularly like European culture was going to be more homogenized. That the only difference was language. And when it came to Germany, I was like, it's going to be the same. Everyone's going to be the same, and it is not the same.
No, it's not. No, there's
Okay,
still-
that's your perspective. If
That's
you
my
live in
perspective.
Germany?
I think that like the German culture and the British culture are very different, and the French. Everyone like it's like what's nice is that everyone has common language for English. I wonder why.
You went to France
For
and
some
you were
crazy
surprised.
coincidence, everyone speaks
Yeah.
English. But then, I think actually culturally people are quite different, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the
too.
direction now is to get everyone together, right? Like, I mean, we're just in an evolution here about globalization and like gentrification also. So the final goal will be like, okay, now we all speak English, and there is no like a specific culture anymore. Like so they identify your culture as a special. It's not gonna exist anymore in the future, right? Because we're losing these small things.
That's why Republicans are in the States are popular now, because they're like, we want to maintain our culture. I guess it's like the right wing. That's what they're getting popular now.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
people are scared of
everyone
that,
was
I guess.
because everyone was
Doesn't make
against.
sense.
Yeah, everyone was against immigrants. That's like you're already trying to keep your culture away from other people. I think
Yeah, then
that's-
everyone complains that people don't try to assimilate.
Yeah.
They're like, we want to keep our culture, stay away, and also try to become part of it.
yeah.
right?
How can I become?
That's why I'm not learning
part
German.
True, same.
Keeping the English culture alive.
of- Because you feel like they're pushing you out of the German
Because
culture.
I'm fucking lazy.
But there is one thing I don't like when people come to Germany and they complain so much about Germany. You know what I mean? They are like, I'm like, dude, you chose to live here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you don't have to embrace the culture, but don't complain all the time about it. Like it's like when people like Italian come here and they're like, oh my god, the food is shit here. And like,
Yeah.
dude, it's not Italy anymore. It's a different country.
Yeah.
What do you expect to find here? Like,
It is a big thing, isn't it? I feel like there's a lot of there's a whole world of stand-up comedians who are just coming on stage and they're like, fuck Germany and fuck Germans. Any Germans in? Fuck you guys. You guys are idiots. And all these bloody lovely Germans who've come out to the show being like, oh, we shall go to see some English-speaking comedy. We will immerse ourselves in the culture of the expatriates. I wonder what it will be. And everyone's going, fuck you, Germans. And they're like, oh.
They take it with a laugh. They're like, yeah.
It's our fault that everyone was voted AFD because all the comedians are telling Germans how much they hate them.
That's
that's
a
actually a
angle.
good point. Like,
That's a good point.
We
You
should be like, we
do
love you
that.
guys so much. You guys are so funny and nice. You guys are so nice.
Yeah, I guess
I
it
mean-
creates a reaction, right? It creates like the impulsiveness. Like, okay, why are you shitting on us?
It's also a crazy thing of like, for some reason, it's just like being like, and we've all decided that every German person is exactly the same as each other. It's like that.
That is also generalizing.
Yeah, massive weird generalization.
Yeah.
I've met funny Germans.
Yeah, there are some
Loads.
funny Germans out there.
There are funny Germans.
You just gotta find them. Just, like,
It's
and
very
keep on to
difficult.
the, like,
Sometimes they're
keep them close.
yeah.
Really nice. No, I mean my girlfriend is German and she's super not super not the German way that you think. Oh, this is the typical German that comedians talk about on stage. They're like, okay, that's.
I think it's literally
super
because
far
you're
away.
the only people you come into contact with if you don't speak German is like people who work at shops. You're just coming to contact with like whoever works at Netto and Lidl, and they're like working at Netto and Lidl and are bored and not having a good day. And you're just like, oh, so this is what Germans are like. If that's the only German you ever come into contact with is a woman who's on the end of like an 8-hour shift at Lidl, of course.
Everyone is German in the whole world in that case. Yeah.
Exactly. You just never have interactions with anyone outside of a very specific tiny context.
Or people like working like in bureaucracy here, they like the worst.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, of course you're fucking angry, dude. There's fucking so many papers, so much shit to do, and I mean that's a good.
Yeah,
point.
what do you want them being like? Yo, welcome to the finance app, my dude. How's it going? Do you want a beer? They work at the finance app.
They dab you behind the cashier. Yeah, man, what the fuck?
Come on, you smoke?
That's so funny.
It's true. It's true.
We
I
also meet really bad Germans.
yeah, you also you also
like,
meet bad and good people in every
country.
Every country. That's the point.
That's not a measurement of how bad the country is. If you met 10 people, they're bad, and one is good. Like
I've been to England.
Yeah,
to the countryside of England.
All right.
And we went to a pub the first night, and it was like a very small town. And a guy looked at me, like a random guy looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, so you're a foreigner?" And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's actually accurate. That's
Got me. Got me, dude.
Yeah,
arrest
me. Tie me, dude. No, but it's true. Like, I mean, it was a weird guy, but how did
the conversation go from there?
no, I mean, like you always can meet like random good people in every country, but also weird
people. Yeah,
weird people sometimes.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Definitely weird people.
I mean, Germans, like, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did you ever meet like a very bad German person?
Yeah, how was the worst German experience you had?
Oh my god. The worst German experience I've had. I got a fine on my first day in Germany.
For what?
For walking my brother's dog in a park. I just arrived.
That's a crazy story. Wait.
Yeah, and they came out of the police turned up in an unmarked van, and like 6 of them got out. And they're like, "Hey, stop!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And they run out.
I didn't kill her.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's just like, I'm innocent.
Whoa. So they're like, papers, and there's something in my head. Like, I'd never interacted with a German before, but like, I don't know, when a German shouts papers at you, you're like, oh shit, better give them my papers.
Yeah.
I give them my passport, and they go through it, and they're like, you can't have your dog here. And it's like, it's not my dog, it's my brother's dog. I just took him for 10 minutes out for a walk.
So that's an innocent thing to do.
I know. I was like, please. I was like, I literally arrived here yesterday, and they were like, when we come to your country, we obey the rules. And I was like, what? What? Am I Googling what is the rule?
What the fuck is this? What the fuck does it mean, dude? That doesn't even
What does that
true,
mean? How did you break the rules by walking your brother's dog?
Yeah, it was
in
a
the park?
dog. It was a place where the dog wasn't meant to be.
No park, no dog park. It was
Okay,
like
fine, guys. It was off the lead. The dog was off the lead. It was in a park. I was throwing the ball. I was doing a good deed for my brother's dog, and I got fined €70 on my first day. And
70.
I was like, I just arrived in your country.
70.
Please, this is not giving me a very. I was like, I'm not. This isn't giving me a very good impression
That's
of Germany.
really bad impression.
And they were just like, yeah, fuck you, basically.
Oh, shit,
Boom,
dude.
it's done.
You were like, I'm on holiday, I swear.
Yeah, come on, I'm on holiday for 5 years.
That was in Corona time when they stopped you.
Yeah, no, it was just before Corona happened.
Oh.
I mean, that was pretty bad. One time, I think a couple of guys tried to attack me because I was pissing on a tree, And they walked past and they said something in German. I didn't understand. And I thought maybe they're talking to each other. So I carried on pissing on a tree. And then they kept on saying stuff. And then it was getting louder and louder. And I was like,
Closer and closer.
It was like going away, and they would talk, and then it was like, it seems like it's getting closer and closer and closer. I was pissing on the street, and I was like, weird, and I turned around, and they were running at me, like shouting, like, ah! And I was like, ah! And ran away.
Oh shit, dude!
You were
They
so
were like,
pissing?
I imagine they were like, why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? And I was like, just keep on pissing, keep on pissing.
Focus on the stream. Water the plants. Damn.
Shit, dude.
Oh, that's scary. That's scarier than police. Because you have your dick out. Like
They just wanted to grab
anything
it.
can happen. Oh, jeez.
But overall, pretty nice. I mean, it's just like any bureaucracy, but I think I just don't like bureaucracy. To be honest, it's not their fault. It's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who likes bureaucracy, baby?
Germans. Here we go, shitting on you again. No,
It doesn't look like, by the way.
shitting on the German. I think there's something about rules and structure of like rules and that they like. It's very like it's a German thing.
But
You can
I
say
thought
that,
they
right?
learned,
They
from their
what?
mistakes. All right.
They learned.
I think I've worked.
I'm not sure on that one.
I think I've worked it out that like the whole thing is that in Germany you have like civic responsibility as a citizen of Germany. You're like you follow certain rules because those are the rules you're meant to follow. But because of that, the government can be a bit more hands off.
Oh, okay.
Like the Spaties can have tables and chairs on the street. You can drink into the morning. Like bars don't have to close at any time. Like in England, you have to have all of these rules. You're not allowed to do anything because everyone's always trying to break the rules.
In England?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you had a fucking Spatey in England, actually they did in Leeds, the city where I was actually first born.
Oh, okay.
They set up a Spatey there.
Okay.
Week 2, someone got shot. Right? That's because people like started like being like, this is our Spatey now. And then people were like going for a drink to like get off our patch. And then someone came with a gun and shot someone.
What the fuck?
And that's one Spatey for 2 weeks in England, right?
This is not America. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. So,
You're like, I thought that you guys stabbed. I don't know.
I got you stabbed.
Yeah,
We're
where
all
you
like
get a gun
stab
from?
offs then. You
Must have
have-
been an American guy.
Yeah, must have been. It's fucking tourists.
Fucking immigrants.
Fucking immigrants with their guns.
But like here, I think everyone's like, oh no, if we follow the rules, if we're good, we're not too loud, we can have Spaties. If we don't cause too much of a fuss, get too fucked up and smash up pubs if we get too drunk, we're allowed to have them stay open later. And I come from a culture where you're not allowed to do that, and everyone's trying to kind of get away with as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay. It's like
because-
something suppressed, and they're kind of like they have something suppressed, like as an energy, or like they want to revolt. They want to like
Yeah.
do something out of the ordinary.
Because pubs close at 11, right?
11.
I don't
11,
know.
yeah.
And they get pretty drunk.
But
You guys
is it
get
is it
hammered.
always been like this, or like?
I think it used to be even earlier.
Oh shit!
before 10? Before
I think it
yeah.
used to be. So people would just be getting really fucked really early. Yeah, now, yeah.
But what do you
11.
do? What do you do after 11 in England? Like, where do you go? Like, just
Club?
go home?
you go club?
There's clubs. There's
Yeah.
clubs. I mean, like in the hometown in York, there used to be this amazing club called the Willow, which was a Chinese takeaway, but they got closed down because they had rats.
Oh shit!
All right.
So Tommy Fong was the name of the guy who ran the place. Had a smart idea. Why not turn this place into a club? So he turned his Chinese takeaway into a club because then it didn't matter if there was rats.
People were dancing.
People were dancing. It was £1
hair
beers, £1 shots, and unlimited free prawn crackers.
What crackers?
Prawn crackers.
What are those?
What's prawn crackers?
Oh shit!
What are the?
So prawn crackers, like, it's such a Chinese takeaway thing. They're almost like Chinese poppadoms. They're like these little, like they're like this white.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
What do you call them?
In Italian we call it
Prawn
like,
cracker.
no, it's like it's cloudy cracker or something like that
Cloudy
because it look like a
cracker.
cloud.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I don't think I've had those
Oh,
before.
dragon clouds.
Dragon clouds.
That's how we call them in
Dragon clouds?
Italian. Yeah.
That's even better.
It's kind of a badass name.
Cracker is like it's like a derogatory term for a white person. You're a fucking cracker.
Yes,
They say that in the States, I think.
Prawn cracker.
Prawn cracker.
Prawn cracker.
I don't know. Cracker.
Yes.
You fucking cracker.
You fucking prawn cracker. So yes, we used to go there. That was a good place.
Nice.
It was good. It was like really cheesy music. They used to always play the Game of Thrones theme tune.
Oh shit.
A big club.
I
in
thought
a Chinese
Harry Potter,
takeaway.
man.
Everyone eating fucking
Shit.
dragon clouds and listening to Game of Thrones.
How they're dancing to Game of Thrones? Oh. That's how I imagine it.
What do you guys do in Syria?
We have some underground clubs in Damascus. We had
Basements?
also gay
Basements?
clubs like around
For the French people.
For the French.
That was good callback.
For the French people. Yeah, I didn't know about them since, like, after I left Syria. I knew about all the clubs because people were like, I met Syrians here. They're like, yeah, you didn't know about this club. I was like, dude, never. They're like, yeah, there's like right behind that bus station. There's like this thing where you go downstairs, and I'm like, what?
No way.
So I was like, yeah. It's like like a chamber of secrets, or something like,
the room of
for your culture.
requirement.
It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I've never been actually. I'm going in 2 weeks to Syria.
Are you going to a club in
Hopefully
Syria?
it's not our last episode, but I'm gonna go to Syria.
Welcome back to Hi, it's me, Tommaso.
Hi, it's not us.
Hi, it's Tommaso now.
Hi, it's just me, Tommaso,
Yeah.
because Aladdin's dead.
Damn, dude.
You have my picture here.
Do I
with
get viral?
With a black stripe, like R.I.P. That's so
I mean, at
funny.
least maybe do I get viral then?
You get a lot of donation probably, or crowdfund.
Right.
What do you do with the money?
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
I buy a new camera
That's all.
and a new hose.
What the fuck?
No, I love you. It's his birthday Monday.
Yeah, man. Monday.
Whoa, how old
30.
are you going to be?
30.
30, no way.
You're 31.
I'm 30.
Or you're 30.
I'm
95.
95, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
95 is their year.
1998.
Fucking loser.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. 98, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I feel like I could never, I have no idea. I would have never guessed how old you two are. You could be at any ages. Well, not any ages.
It's very
Like
ambiguous.
12,
Like your ages
16.
or over your ages.
Overage. That's funny.
No.
Yeah.
So are you excited to get 30?
Yeah, man. I'm going to throw a party on Saturday.
If you
Next
guys want to
Saturday.
come,
Yeah.
if you got any
wanna
followers.
You're in the group. Everyone.
be there.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm excited. Everyone is just like scared about 30. I don't get the fuss about it. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be. I'm excited about 30.
Do you consider yourself like an old soul man?
Yeah, a little bit. And like you can have fun with like responsibly, you know,
All right.
with 30. I guess. I hope. I don't know. Unless I end up dead, but
I feel like once you turn 30, you don't feel the pressure to do anything
right
anymore. Anything at all. Anything that you don't want to do, I think it goes out the window. I'm just like, well, I'm like, I don't need to go and do stuff I don't want to do anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you still want to maintain this openness of trying new stuff, but you're like, all right, some things I'm definitely not gonna want to try. You know? This seems very ambiguous. What I'm talking about.
What do you do?
Like bungee jumping. I don't think I'm gonna go bungee jumping. I'm have like phobia, heights phobia. Like I'm scared of heights, so I'm definitely not gonna overcome it now at 30.
Did you ever do bungee jumping?
Have you ever jumped?
Have you ever jumped?
From a crane?
from a high height.
From a high surface?
You know what? No, but I like that kind of stuff.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Kind of. I've you know what? I used to be a bit of a thrill seeker. I used to
You
in
look
York.
like it
This
a
was a
little
big
bit,
thing. I used
yeah.
to climb buildings.
Whoa.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of, but like really drunk Spider-Man.
Unresponsible Spider-Man.
Yeah, I climbed the York Minster, which is this cathedral in York, and I got arrested by the fucking York police. And I tell you what, they weren't like Expelliarmus or anything. They were really pissed off. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing, you idiot?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Spider-Man."
Jeez.
But then, kind of since getting arrested, it's like I am scared. And like now, I am a bit scared. I'm quite scared of that kind of thing.
You never go climbing now anymore. You just have like trauma.
No.
There's no point in going bouldering once you've fucking felt yourself on top of a cathedral in York while the police arrive beneath you. You can't get that kind of thrill from bouldering.
Yeah, in a hole or somewhere.
Yeah.
You like bouldering?
No, dude. That's French. All right. No, I like. I mean, I never tried. I could like it maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's good for the body. It's good for your health, right?
Oh.
And we are.
Some
Yeah.
people- there's
I
like
think us three guys, we're not made for that kind of thing. I think when you go there, it's like the tall, wiry men with beautiful ponytails hanging upside down.
Why do you always have ponytails? I don't get it.
It's just a thing you have to. You have-
sexy.
yeah,
It's just falling down.
it's
Like,
extra rope just in case something goes. in case something goes.
Yeah, but
That's
such a
actually
nice
a good joke.
imagination. You're like
That's a good observation. You could write a joke about bouldering.
very cartoonish. Like
Okay, cut.
so, yeah, you got a king now. Hell
God save the king. Wait, what happened to the queen? She's all right, right? Someone told me.
I always like.
She went to Syria. All right.
She went to Allah. Sorry. But I always had this argument with my roommate. Dude, I like when Queen was alive. I was like, I hate the Queen. Like, what does she do? And he's like, no, man, she's a symbol. He's Syrian. The guy's not even British.
Always had this argument. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The Queen.
Waking up in the morning, coming to the kitchen, he's like, "Fuck the queen."
He's like, no, man, don't talk about the Queen like that. She's really nice. I'm like, dude, what? Like,
No,
she does
man.
nothing.
Fuck the queen. Sorry, rest in peace, obviously.
And then fuck her.
But fuck her. But like
Dead.
the fact that everyone still in England or people in England still care about the queen or the king it's so embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't want to insult your
No,
Queen,
it's
but,
so embarrassing that they. It's like they don't do anything at all. It's like all these fucking countries had revolutions. At the French Revolution, they were like, "Yeah, fuck the monarchy," and England's just been like,
No.
"Nope, we're gonna keep them.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep them."
Yeah.
And we all really care about her.
What's going to happen after the king dies? Who's going to take over?
The prince.
So true.
Dude,
Which one?
It's not difficult, by the way. It's like hierarchy.
Yeah, but which
William?
one? Which
William?
prince?
William.
William.
The first one.
It's funny just because they're all so like
They all
they're
look
so
like each
old.
other.
Like he's become the king. He's got like 3 years maybe in him, and they're gonna have to change all the money to his face, and then it's just been like, "Dan, he's done."
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like they changed the money, right? You know that?
They have like the king now, but then
Yeah.
after he's dead,
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick
Oh.
turnaround. But he looks quite like his son, so maybe they can just
Photoshop it. Canvas. Let's do a cap cut on it. That's so funny.
it could be.
Oh my god,
That's crazy. Yeah, you guys have monarchy. That's Italy had that, right?
You?
Everyone-
Yeah,
Did you
it
have a
didn't work. Yeah, we
It didn't work.
It didn't work very well. Like after the Second World War, there was like a big election, like a big people went to vote if they wanted democracy or monarchy, and democracy won.
Hell yeah.
So
That kind of makes sense with the vote.
yeah.
It wasn't rigged. No
Yeah, it was-
Russians.
Never thought about it actually.
Democracy decided to go with democracy.
That would be so funny if monarchy won. You're like, oh wait, what? We voted for not voting anymore?
All right, this is the last time I'm doing this. Fuck this. This is a pain in the ass. Everyone have to go queue and put it in
I
that.
hate voting.
Voting sucks, man. Let's give it to the king. Let the king decide.
Fucking. Democracy won.
Yeah, they're like, no,
Yeah.
what? We have to do this every 4 years. Fuck's sake. Is the Pope a big deal?
Not anymore so much.
No.
I mean, it's a big deal, but no one cares. Like, I mean, there was a time where the Pope was like,
Big
Shit.
dog.
yeah, it was the fucking,
Pope.
yeah, like everyone was like, oh my god, the Pope, right? Now, I feel like, I mean, now he's dying, right?
I saw that he was in the hospital recently.
Yeah. I mean, I like this Pope. He's a good guy. He's a good boy.
Boy.
He
What a way
doesn't
to describe the Pope.
He likes boys. He's a no. He's fine, right? But no one cares so much anymore.
Why
I
not?
mean, politically, like
Yeah,
from the
why not?
political perspective, no one.
Mm.
I feel like churches in Italy are dying from like no one go. I don't go to church, and all my friends. I don't know anyone who goes to church, to be honest, anymore.
So
Like,
The
even my
Pope
parents
doesn't even go, does it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He's in
Yeah.
the hospital. He's like, guys.
but I would have thought maybe in Italy they still like
You'd
believe
think-
the
I mean-
church is.
I mean,
really
I live in a
high.
bubble of people
Yeah,
so I don't know.
guess.
Maybe there are like maybe there are people that still want to go there. But yeah, I mean, like we have Meloni now with the
Melania?
prime minister.
Melania?
She's
Yeah.
the fascist one.
She's also Christian, like very religious.
Yeah,
right?
she's religious, but she divorced and like
How dare she?
I mean, you should not technically. Like if you're very religious, if you're very
You're
Christian,
not allowed to divorce, right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
in
the thing is,
Catholicism,
like-
you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Protestants can divorce.
Orthodox too?
Yeah,
Orthodox, I think they cannot.
Catholic, like the
Orthodox.
thing is, like if you get married in a church, right, and then you divorce, and if you want to get married again, you cannot marry in a church.
Because you're still married under the eyes of God.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
This is why we had
That's a
the
really-
Church of England, because Henry VIII wanted to divorce someone, and he was, they were like, the Pope was like, no. And he was like, fuck you, I'm going to change my entire country to a different religion so I can divorce because I hate my wife so much.
Dude.
There's such a funny story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna change the whole country.
Everyone, and then and then just like kill like hundreds of thousands of people, burn down churches.
What a
'cause
tough breakup.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
The Pope should have just been like, yeah, okay, fine, you can get a divorce, whatever,
Like-
man. Like,
Maybe
no
guys,
big deal.
maybe
Afterwards,
guys,
it's like, oh, I drank so much, dude. Like, what did I do?
Oh, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should
Yeah.
get back together with her. I don't know.
yeah,
Can we
guys,
get back together?
guys, maybe next time couple therapies, like
Couple therapy.
anything.
That's
That
right.
could-
No, I'm going to change the entire country to a different religion, I think.
I heard something similar. In Syria, we have Christians, by the way. Don't be surprised. They're Orthodox. We have some Catholics, but I heard a story from my dad. He has a friend. He's Christian. He's married to a woman, and he wanted to divorce, so he turned Muslim. Officially, he converted to Muslim just on paper, so he can divorce the shit out of her, and he did. That's so
Whoa.
funny. Yeah, he just dropped his religion. I'm like, dude,
Oh,
fucking
that's
out.
a sign you know
Allah, I'm out. Here's my cross. Take it. I'm done.
the sign that your relationship isn't going well is just suddenly he's just rolling out a prayer mat and pointing it towards Mecca, and you're like, "Is everything okay, honey?" He's like, "Yeah. Everything's good. What's for dinner?" You're like, "You're not doing this." He's like, "No. I just."
Why are you? Yeah, 5 times a day,
Yeah.
dude. You're doing this. All right.
By the way, honey, I don't
That's
think it's
so-
working anymore.
That's so funny, dude.
It's funny. Now it makes sense. It's like, yeah, okay, Henry the
Henry the Eighth.
The eighth.
Yeah, he had
The what?
6 wives.
6 5, right? Yeah.
Horse beheaded
I don't know.
something. He killed a few of them.
He killed a few of them. Okay.
I don't really know.
Damn.
But then he divorced a couple. What's an
Oh.
Orthodox? What is that? What is
I don't
what's
know
an
what
So
Orthodox
Orthodox
you have Catholics, you have Orthodox. That's what I know.
Hmm.
And in Syria, the
Have you got any more
Orthodox is like a
information?
majority of the Christians. I'm not sure.
But what do they do? What's their
I think they can get
The Russian. So the Russian Christians mostly are Orthodox too.
Are they one that's like in an Orthodox church you cannot show any painting, right? I know this shit. Like if you go to an Orthodox church, you don't see any painting of Jesus or anything. You cannot show. I don't-
Could be that.
Yeah, they're like
cheap?
we don't
Not
have
like
money, dude.
Catholics.
Could be that. I'm
Something
not
like that.
sure.
I don't know.
We have so many religions in Syria. That's why we had like civil war. So many religions.
To be honest, when I was a kid, I thought there was just Catholic. I was like, Catholic is
Yeah,
the only one.
In or out?
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are like, oh, there's another kind of Christianity. I was like, no, this is one. Catholic is.
But yeah, it
It's
won.
the
Like
Cristiano
that
Ronaldo of
religion
religion,
won
right?
with the power over the world, right? Catholic.
Yeah, we nailed that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But now no one cares about the Pope anymore.
Yeah, because we got democracy.
You voted for it, right?
Pope needs a comeback, man.
No,
Yeah.
I think I think religion. I mean, science is kind of fighting against religions, right? I think they kind of.
It's so blessed. It's like it must have been so good to be a pope or a priest for ages until science came along, and everyone was like, "But what about science?" And they're like, "Fuck."
Science.
Before that, everyone was like, "So why does? How old's the world?" And they're like, "I don't know, like a few hundred years old." How did it all get here? God invented it. And then people are coming out and being like, "Oh, apparently there's this thing called evolution," and all the Christians are like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Fuck's sake.
Again? God invented evolution. How about that? Oh.
And they try so
not
many
s-
times to
it's
explain
not
evolution,
selling
and they got
anymore.
killed so many times
Yeah.
until they're like, guys, we made the technology to actually show you that it's actually real, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, dude. Now,
Actually,
I guess
God made the technology.
It's still a
now we
theory.
hate the gays, I guess.
It's still a theory.
Actually, evolution is still a theory.
Yeah, it's still a theory,
It's not
but
proven.
So is gravity.
No, gravity is a fact.
Gravity's a theory. The theory
I
of
think
gravity.
theory of gravity. Really? Wish we could look that up. What are you looking at?
the light went very, very off. You see the light
Oh
of
yeah.
the room?
Oh,
Can we do like a
I think
little
that's
break?
God
Let's do a
telling
little
us.
break.
Yeah, we can do a little break. I thought gravity has gravity is a theory. I don't think it. However, we need to fact check this. The light of the camera or the light of the room?
The light of the room.
Then 15 minutes. Gravity at comedy shows. Oh, gravity's theory. There's a theory. Gravity is a theory. Did you
Yeah,
know?
it's a theory.
I didn't know that.
Cool. We learn stuff. This is an educational podcast.
Hell
People
yeah.
are going to be listening to it being like, wow, great new science podcast coming out of Berlin.
Doctor Who or whatever.
By the way, I saw you wrote a movie with your brother. I saw this on Instagram. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I
Dude.
I did some stalking thing.
Wow.
Well, that wasn't the thing that was on Instagram. Was probably was The Gentleman. We wrote an episode of this Netflix show
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
a couple of years ago. We have written a film, just finished writing it, but it's not out.
For Netflix. Damn.
That show was for Netflix. The Gentleman was for Netflix. So my job is like I work as a screenwriter. So I write
Mhm.
scripts for British TV companies. That was actually the good thing that happened from COVID, was that we got locked down together, and
Okay.
my brother was finishing a screenwriting course, and he had to write like a script for his final piece. And he knew that I was writing like short stories. I'd written a play back in the UK that I'd been touring before I came to Germany. And he was like, "Do you want to write a TV show together?" And I was like, "Cool." So he wrote this TV show, wrote this episode.
So cool.
And then
One episode.
we wrote this one episode, which then ended up, we got an agent off the back of that.
Mhm.
And then the agent was like, he gets us work. And one of the jobs was, writing on this Netflix show, The Gentleman. It's the only thing we've written that has actually been out on TV.
In
Um,
Netflix, damn man.
yeah.
Gentleman.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I
cool.
haven't watched that. But yeah, it should.
Thanks,
be cool.
man.
Me neither, by the way.
Nice. Nice.
But
No, we should watch
Done
it.
my
Which-
research. You do a film or some shit?
I haven't seen that on Instagram, but I've seen your Cocktober. Cocktober is fucking.
oh, that was fun. That was fun.
Phenomenal.
I was also following that
man.
shit.
It's amazing work. Really, you.
So for anyone at home who doesn't know what this is,
Cocktober.
Coketober,
Cocktober.
not Cocktober, you dirty bastard. It's a French thing.
It's a different culture.
Coketober was when I took cocaine every day of October for charity. Now it was a joke. I didn't do that. But the
Disclaimer,
bit was that it was. But what I thought was that, like my friends would see it, people would see it and be like, "Oh, this is pretty funny. Theo's doing this big like month-long bit," because I did posted a video every day for a month. And then what happened is on the second day, it went viral. So someone found my video on TikTok, reposted it onto X,
What
and
the
then
fuck?
it got like 3 million views.
Whoa!
It got like reposted by everywhere, and then it got into 2 English newspapers. This is day
What
2
the
of
fuck,
Coketober. Yeah, it went
Only day
super
2.
viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just day 2, the day
Holy
2
shit,
video.
dude.
And then I suddenly got like thousands of new followers. But the followers were the cocaine community.
Of course.
The worst people in the fucking world.
They're like, found you.
Yeah, they all thought it was real. And they were like, fucking legend, mate. Absolute legend, doing cocaine every day. And then people just started sending me loads of messages. People sending me like,
DMs about where to buy.
DM me being like, oh, I'm doing the same thing. I was getting videos of people like doing lines of coke, being like, yes, Coketober, and like sending videos of like all the drugs they'd bought and stuff like that.
Wrong group.
I know. I became like a poster boy for cocaine abuse over the course of this month.
The face of cocaine.
I became.
Shit,
So
man.
fun, dude.
Pablo Escobar of England.
It was
Shit.
and
But you kept doing until like the end of the month, right?
Going.
You were
It was
like-
day 2, and you just kept on doing the whole 30
I did
days.
it every single day. But then what happened after day kind of like 5 or something, and suddenly I had like all of these new followers, is I got like shadow banned on Instagram, so that my videos would never be wouldn't be recommended to anyone else. None of my posts would be recommended to any new followers, which is still the case. So I can't really reach anyone new from my Instagram, which is not great as a comedian, because then after Coketober, who everyone thought it was real, I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian, and then posted like anyone want to come to a show? I'm doing a tour in England, and then just lost like 400 followers. And I was like, oh no. And then loads of people started coming and were like, wait, this has all been fake. You're a phony. And I was like, no. And then the cocaine community like turned against me.
Oh,
And now every time I make a post, I lose like 200 followers.
Shit, dude.
Shit, dude.
And then I get private messages like, why aren't you taking cocaine anymore? I'm like, I don't, because it was a joke. And I'm a stand-up comedian. Come to a show.
It would
They're
have
like,
been so
"No."
funny if you said, you're a stand-up comedian, I'm doing this show right after the cocaine. And then all the crowd would come and be like all coke addicts.
Yes.
Sitting in the crowd just sniffing.
Do a line. Do a line. Do a line.
Shit,
That's the way it felt like it
insane.
was going. It was.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy how quickly it took off. But then, yeah, I just kind of got banned from all the apps. Got banned from X. Got banned from TikTok. Got banned off Instagram. Managed to get Instagram back, but now I'm still banned. I can't like access anyone new.
Shit, fuck.
This is what happens when you get involved with drugs, guys. It ruins your life.
Kids
That's
watching
a
at
good story.
home.
That's a good.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
That's what happens.
Can ruin your.
Dude, but I mean, like, you still have the Instagram. That's at least like.
You still have the coke.
still have the code. So did you shoot all the days and then uploaded videos, or did you were you shooting day to day?
I was doing it
back to
day
back?
to day. I
Oh.
was just
Day to
waking
day.
up in the morning,
Doing
getting
a
the
line of
phone
coke.
out, doing a line of coke. Feeling amazing.
Hell yeah.
Getting the camera set up and just kind of improvising at the camera until
Because
I
that's
found.
such good work. Because I thought, he probably done it like beforehand, and then he uploaded them.
There was a couple which were a bit more complicated. So
'Cause,
towards
it
the end of
seemed like-
Coketober, I get kidnapped
Yeah.
by some drug dealers.
Hey, spoilers, man.
Yeah, sorry, but I get kidnapped by some drug dealers, and I'm like in the back of a car for a few days, and then I managed to escape. And there was all of this quite like complicated stuff where I had to get
Yeah.
like people to come in being drug dealers and get someone with a car. So that stuff I had to start like preparing
I guess,
beforehand.
right.
But mostly it was just waking up and putting the camera on and just kind of going for it. And I'll tell you something, it's really hard to do that if the night before you actually have taken coke, because a couple of times I was like, it's Coketober. People were like, Coketober guy. They're like, let's have some coke. And I was like, okay, well, I suppose
Might as well do it.
I might as well do some coke now that I'm the Coketober guy. People were getting videos with me being like, yeah, I'm doing coke with the Coketober guy. And then the last thing you want to do the next day when you wake up on a come
actually do
down
a coke.
is just be like, fuck's sake. I'd wake up and be like, I can't believe I have to do this. Get out my phone. Welcome to day 23 of Coketober.
But that's more realistic, you know. That's
Yeah.
like, that's a real coke.
You're in the role, you know. You're
Yeah, because there is like up and downs, like you know that's.
It is. It truly is. Lots of downs mostly. What was so weird is that so many people believed it right to the bitter end. So like, there's a bit where I kidnap a kid. I get kidnapped myself. All this stuff happens, and then after like day 26, when I've apparently kidnapped a kid, I'm going to prison for kidnapping a kid. I'm now 100 grand in debt to some drug dealers. Some people are commenting me like, I don't know, man. Seems kind of fake.
People are so gullible. Like it's so insane.
Dude, I don't think it's true. Why you?
Yeah. So
Wait, you don't do coke?
Oh shit, man, that's funny.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah, yeah, man. But thank you for coming to.
Oh,
yeah, that was very
really
funny.
fun.
Yeah,
Right, it was great to be here.
Yeah, man. Do you want to plug anything? Any shows? Any stuff happening in your
If
life?
you want to follow me on Instagram,
Please do.
Follow this guy, dude.
please.
Shadow banned.
I'm shadow banned, so you actually have to type in my entire handle. Otherwise, you can't find me. Theo _Mason_Wood. That's the only way you can keep up to date with what I'm doing. I'm doing the Brighton Fringe and Edinburgh Fringe this year.
Oh, nice.
So if you're around in those, the show's called Legalized Kissing,
Oh,
and
sweet.
you can come to that.
Is it illegal? I mean,
It's
some
illegal
countries
in Brighton and Scotland, yeah.
to kiss.
To kiss?
That's a joke, guys. Just thought we'd end on a good joke.
Brighton.
Would it be fun like next year you do like Heroin-tober just to see how's the community?
Heroin
Just-
November.
The best one is because people started sending me, they'd be
Sorry,
like,
just-
"Oh, will you do fentanylbury?" Or
Contemporary.
my favorite one was someone said you should do MDM May.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh, yeah, you should do that.
MDM May. The whole time just being like, welcome back to day 4 of.
That's what you do it for
Yeah,
the
you should,
Fringe
yeah.
Festival.
May is closed, by the way.
Oh, it might start saving.
Yeah, better start shooting. All right.
All right, that was
Thank
it.
you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but MDMA, that's so smart.